Now, meanwhile, Jokic tonight for the Nuggets. How's Nikola Jokic doing for his new head coach?
Is he playing with joy?
They're all playing with joy. Triple-double for Jokic already, 12 points, 11 boards, and 10 assists. Again, he's taken just 10 shots so far. The Nuggets with a 97-88 lead over the Kings. And look, and this is why we talked about last night, that it's really overrated when you say, oh, we're firing a coach this close to the playoffs. If the guy has to go, if a guy's got to be fired because the team is not going to reach its apex, the team is not going to move on in the playoffs, if the situation is untenable, you have to get rid of the coach. You have no choice, right? You're not going to waste a Jokic playoff when he's still in the middle of his prime and saying, "Hey, we're going to just give this up because we know it's a bad season. We'll put it away next year." No, you want to save what you can, and this shows you that sometimes just getting rid of a coach and having teams play free and play with joy, right? We talked about that last night, and some of the Nuggets were saying it before the game tonight. We're going to play with joy. I'm like, hey, listen to the show. Congratulations. Not just JJ Redick who listens. It's sometimes that's worth its weight in everything else. It's not always about, hey, we have the system, we have the coach, we have X, Y, and Z. Sometimes it's mentally, you need to be in the best position to succeed, because that's how you're going to succeed. Sure. And if you're not in the best position to succeed because for whatever reason you don't get along with your coach, he's lost the room, you don't try, okay, it's time for a new coach. And it's not like David Adelman's going to come in here and say, hey, man, I got this whole new way of doing things, man. We're going to play with 6 guys on the court at once, and people are not going to realize that. Wait do you see what we do? We're going to take shots from really far behind the three-point land. We're going to get 4 points for these shots. No, he's going to come in and say, hey, guys, just go do your thing. We're going to bang out the dents of what I think needs to be done. Maybe that's less responsibility for Russell Westbrook. I'm going to bang out the dents a little bit, but other than that, go out and play. You guys have played together. You won the title a couple of years ago. Hey, everything is great. We understand that you guys are still winners. Let's just rediscover that, and you're going to see the Nuggets play a lot better. Believe me, I am more scared of playing the Nuggets now in the first round of the playoffs than I was if Michael Malone was still the coach. Knowing that things were that bad, knowing that he had to go, he was taking on his team, he was ripping them in the post-game press conference. Yeah, give me the Nuggets, because if things go bad, they're going to quit because they can't wait for the end of the season. Now, I'm actually more scared about playing them because, well, now they're happy, they're playing with fire. This is going to be off the vapors of the excitement and the adrenaline of not having to worry about being beholden to a coach they don't like anymore, don't respect anymore. I'm more wary about playing them now than I was before.
Yeah, I think there was some big takeaways from Josh Kroenke, son of Stan. They've got their conglomerate, and
make sure you enunciate that, son of Stan. Make sure
son of Stan.
Yeah, there you go, son of Stan. Very good.
Doesn't even sound anywhere close.
Son of Stan.
Okay, so he listened to his dog. His dog said, listen, so Josh Kroenke stating...
I just keep thinking about that Fred Gwynn line from My Cousin Vinny.
So
you defended him? No, I defended the first guy they caught.
So 47 wins on the year. And he was very adamant in parsing this out, going, look, wins can mask a lot. And some of that was, hey, if they went into the playoffs as currently constructed with Michael Malone, you might win a series or two. And then it becomes a lot easier to say, okay, let's go into the offseason. Can we figure it out? Can we get everybody back to base to where we make another run at it next year? Again, you're trying to keep as much continuity and really keep the big guy happy, because he is the one guy in all of the NBA that you worry about at some point grabbing a ball and saying, I'm going home. I'm going to go ride my horses, and I'm never going to see you again, right? That could happen if he gets salty enough. I think he is that guy. So that's in the back of your head. How do we keep this train rolling with him? So that also works short term of how do we maximize it? And you look at this team. They're a 47-win team. You're firing a coach. Clearly there's some discord. Clearly, to me, you're not making this move without consulting Jokic and the other stars on this roster. I mean, Jamal Murray hasn't played since March 26th, so that's a big telling sign for the playoffs how well they'll be able to go, because we know he's a different guy in the playoffs than he is regular season. But if you got to the point where it's like, we had this winning streak, but guys weren't communicating, and we saw plenty of video. We talked about it at the time. It's like, yeah, they look like they're yelling at each other. I mean, they're up 15, but they still all look pissed at the coach and at each other. And then sure enough, that's the Zapruder film that is being used to reinforce nobody's getting along and haven't for a long time. So Kroenke's point was, if we happen to win a few more games, then all of a sudden it may be easier to stay status quo, right? The folks that don't yell at each other. There's latent issues underneath, but they never hash it out. Like, no, it's fine. We woke up, go to work, next day, keep going. Here they said, no, let's excise this and see if it can't push us in a whole other direction towards greatness and keep this line moving. And maybe Adelman becomes that guy. His dad certainly had great success.
Look, you've already seen a couple of things from tonight, right? Just really quick. We'll get to Luka in a minute. But you've already seen a couple of things from tonight, right? I watched Jokic on a timeout grab the grease board in the huddle and design something up, which made me think, don't worry, David, I can be that coach, so I'm going to draw this up, right? But you're also seeing things like Pickett in 22 minutes tonight, 12 points and 3 assists. And okay, so if Pickett's going to get more minutes, does this mean Russell Westbrook is going to get less? Because that was a big thing. Hey, did Michael Malone trust Russell Westbrook too much, right? That was a big storyline the last 4 or 5 games as well. So already you're seeing a couple of small things. And like I said, hey, part of it is, hey, Jokic grabbing the grease board saying, I got this. Okay, that's great. Hey, something a little subtle, like maybe a little bit more minutes for one guy, a little bit less for Russell Westbrook. This is how it's done. It's not suddenly we're going to overhaul the entire system. Right. This is how it goes. This is how it works. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter when you fire a guy. It makes no difference. If a guy's got to go, if a change has to be made, a change has to be made. It doesn't matter when it is. Because the last thing I want to do is say, well, we'll just wait and do this after. So I'm just going to suffer until the season ends because, making a move now doesn't make a lot of sense. How about we do something that actually could help us for things, right? When you look at when teams fire managers in Major League Baseball, right? Mm-hmm. It's not they don't fire a manager thinking, okay, we know the guy we want to come in that's going to take this team and take that. That's not what managing a baseball team is. No, it's just whoever comes in is not you. So whatever influence you have had over this team, that influence has seen its day. Whether it is the team tunes you out, whether it is your philosophies, your decision-making has not gone well, you go against what we want for sabermetrics, whatever it is, your decision-making and your influence over this team is stopping them from becoming the team we know they can be. So the next guy that comes in, it doesn't matter. I mean, it makes no difference. You could bring in another, as long as you're not bringing in the same guy. Hey, he's the same guy. Whoever you bring in next, the players are like, oh, okay. Hey, number one, we get put on notice. They just fired our manager. And two, hey, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more energized, ready to go play. And yeah, the new coach is going to come in, feel his way in. He's not going to come in and say, okay, guys, we're going to do wind sprints now before and after at the end of every practice. That's not how it's done. And so when you think about it for Major League Baseball, it can be the same thing in the NBA. It's not like the NBA said, okay, so Michael Malone is out and Danny Hurley's coming in. No, it's, hey, Michael Malone is out. We're going to bring up David Adelman. We're going to kind of do the same things. We'll make a couple of subtle changes because maybe part of it is, hey, we want less minutes for Russell Westbrook. And Michael Malone was like, no, we really want less minutes. No, we want less minutes. No. Okay, somebody else who comes in is going to give him less minutes. So, it's really feasible. You can do things like that, even if it is 3 or 4 days before the end of the regular season.
Just showed the grease board back and forth once again between Adelman and Nikola Jokic. They're up 11 points, about 7.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. But yeah, different energy and trying to create a spark. But certainly the Russell Westbrook thing, very hot button. And some of his interactions with media, highly entertaining the last couple of days. So yeah, I urge you to seek those out.
He never wants to talk to anybody. I mean, he never wants to talk to anyone.
Well, but notice anytime anybody started by trying to compliment something he did in the game, like he melts. Like he doesn't get any praise.
Yeah.
Like the only time anybody wants to talk to him is when he's made a bad mistake at the end of the game. Unfortunately, it's happened quite a bit to him here.
Hey, Russell, that 45-second blitz you had in the early fourth quarter was amazing. Thank you. Now, the other 14 minutes you were on the court, though, did not go as well.
Just saying, they've won 47 games. You couldn't have found him after a win.
You were +5 in that 45-second span. You were -19 the other 14 and a half minutes.
You got to let him enjoy that moment.
You got it? Okay. Moment's over. I mean, Russ, come on, man. Look what's going on here, man.
And then you slap your hands back together and bring him back into reality. Here we are.